Hello, my beautiful stars in the night sky. This is Tenebrisgate, and I'm your host, Ten. Man, do I have to really do this? I feel like I do, you know? All right. So I've been paying attention to Great Source and Great Spirit for a little while. I'm a couple different things. One of the things I am is an augur witch, which means I'm paying attention to the signs around the universe, right? Please, check that disclaimer. I'm not liable for choices made. I mean, we have this beautiful thing called free will. You have to make choices that are right for you. And this is not an activation, because an activation would be a healing. That's in my point. That's in my perspective. I'm never going to call my stuff activations, because that doesn't seem appropriate. But what I'll say is, this is a form of guidance. I think that's appropriate. Sorry, I have a little pent up annoyance. I'm sorry. But it's a current trend right now to call things activations. And I'm like, are you a Reiki healer? Are you healing my genes? Are you healing my neuroplasticity in my brain? Are you healing my trauma? No, you are not. And I'm going to move on because that's not relevant. But, is it really under my skin right now? But this is guidance for you. It's, that friendly aunt that gives you advice that you don't have to take. You don't have to take. You don't have to listen to your auntie or your mom or your dad when they tell you things. You don't have to do that at all, and I'm okay with that. But Great Spirit's been saying a couple of different things. They've been bringing up stuff, right? It's oh my God, what's with this and the whispering, Spirit? Why? I don't feel like you're whispering to me at all. I'm like, oh, but we are. You just don't know it because you're not listening very well. And I'd be like, this is really what a real psychic, or at least, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little too much. And that's not fair. That's not fair. But I think that the majority of us psychic readers we are actively always trying to listen to the whisperings of the divine source, but there's always a blind area in our field. And they're saying basically this is what's going on for you. You have a blind spot. When you're driving at any given point, the reason why we always have to constantly check our mirrors and look behind us, with the rear view mirror, is, we're trying to maximize our vision, our sight. We want to make sure we can know what the current potential setbacks could be, or obstacles, and sometimes there are going to be things we are not going to be able to foresee. But it's good when we ask for Great Source, because I literally, while I was driving yesterday, I had this vibe that Great Source was, they were saying, we need you to give this message to someone out there. And I got lost because there was a road closing. And because of the road closing, I had to kind of try to use knowledge of signs of where to go and what direction to go. But at one point, I remember thinking, things seem familiar, but I'm still lost. I don't know where I am. So I get a random phone call randomly, not really that random, from my partner. It's not really that random. He's checking in on me, right? Saying hey, how are you doing? I heard you're lost. It's not really that random. And it's kind of like that with Great Source. We'll call it random, but it's really not. So I'm checking in on us, how are you doing? We heard you were lost. And I said where I was, kind of what I'm seeing. And he's like, oh, I know where you are at. You're here. If you take this way, that way, you'll be on track. You'll find your way back home. You'll know where you are. I'm like, great, cool. So I follow his directions. And actually, literally, I'm nervous, right? Because I'm wait, it still kind of feels weird. I feel confused. But then because I'm going to trust what he says, right? This is thing called trust that we have to do when source gives us feedback, information, guidance, right? I do what he says and I get myself back home. Okay? So your blind spot could possibly, for some of y'all out there, maybe not any of y'all out there. Sorry, my mother was a little southern. I like to mimic her sometimes, here and there. Not that she sounds exactly like that. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna get in trouble later. By great source specifically, I feel it. Be nice to your mother. She birthed you, man. So basically, great source will give you information, and your blind spot is this resistance. No, you're not right, I'm right, or I can do it my way, like, let me do it my way, I'll figure it out all on my own. And great source is like, okay, like, we gave you the guidance, we gave you some clues, and you went the opposite direction, and now you're even more lost. You're so darn lost that you're stuck now, and you're gonna have to wait for the guy who's gonna, with those things that pick you up, like they lift the truck up, and then nowadays they won't even give you a ride where you gotta go get your own ride now to the place where they're gonna bring it to, so they can fix your car. You're in dead in the water, and you gotta find some solutions to get yourself out of that sticky situation, right? And so divine source is giving you feedback and information. And a lot of what I'm hearing is what they're saying, like, don't give up, never give up. And you feel this wavering, this temptation to give up. And you're like, oh my God, so maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I should just get a real job. Or maybe I should just not listen to great source. And just, this is silly. This is stupid. This doesn't exist. This is not real. I'm making things up in my head. I'm really not really that good at this. I suck. No, but divine source is like, don't give up. You're almost there. They're literally saying that. They're like, you're almost at the finish line, man. Why would you give up when you're almost done? Don't go back to you went back to the start line. No. And Grace Source is like, okay, guys, let's get the team together. We have to do a team meeting right now. We have to do this team meeting. She's almost about ready to give up. We gotta find out how to stop this. And that's your blind spot. I mean, I think there's for some of you, the blind spot might be a little more. Some of you it's just this, but for some of you it could also be I think you have this dream, like this zest, this thing that makes you really happy and it helps you get in a good space, a mental space, and you really want to turn this thing that makes you happy into something more, and you want to really dive into it and just create. You're really creative. A lot of what Great Source, all the signs are pointing, is there's someone's out there who are trying to make the creative life, the creative world, into action and into the material world. And I want to tell you guys, you're on the right path. That's what they're saying. You're on the right path. But I think that this self-doubt is creeping in, and it's making you wobbly. I like to say wobbly because you're uncertain and you doubt yourself. You think, well, when our parents, when we're kids, they say get a real job, because they worry about us being financially sustainable and financially stable and secure, and they want us to be safe, right? So you want to keep yourself safe because there's some stuff from your background, from your past, that's kind of sneaking its way back in and saying this isn't real. A lot of that's what Spirit's saying. It's you don't think this is going to happen, and something from your past is saying it's only the 10% that become great artists of all time. And that's nonsense, because there's poverty mentality in that. It just means there's not enough clients, or there's not enough fans, or not enough people who will love me for who I am and what I do out there. And that's not simply true, actually. You are this fantastic, wonderful individual that I highly admire spiritually right now. I'm really impressed with you because you're almost there. You're almost there. You actually were so brave. Now, they're bringing that up too a lot for all of you guys. Brave. They always repeat that word. They're so brave. I'm so proud of them. Like, look at that. That's my kid. That's my kid. I'm so incredibly in awe of you. Great Spirit's so impressed with you. Please don't give up. Whatever you're doing, I want this. Put in the comments what it is you almost gave up or gave in about. Because I think Great Source wants me to tell you how much you are. You are this incredible divine manifestation of all that is and all that will become right now, right here, in all ofness of all of you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I really do. Put down the comments down there, below there. If you're going to listen to my advice, you're going to listen to, my brain's saying Auntie Flo. Oh my God, why is Auntie Flo? Auntie Flo? Like, but not the insurance lady, but as in, there's a, sorry ladies, sorry guys, I'm going to bring up some of you might think this is like too much for this, but a peri pad, like, so the thing is here, you have a natural rhythm and natural flow to who you are in cycles. And you right now are in a cycle where maybe you might want to tune in and tap in. Like, are you about ready to have your period if you're a woman? If you're a man, you too have to be aware of your cycles and your natural rhythms. Like, are you going in through a period where you're actually naturally going to be more tired? Because winter is starting to come. The seasons are shifting and changing. Some people have, what's it called? It's a thing where the light, you don't get enough sunlight. It impacts you and you might get a little more depressed. So I want you to tune into your natural cycle. Pay attention to your inner rhythm and your patterns, things that tend to happen to you in certain time periods. What's going on for you? And you don't have to put it in the down below in the comments if you don't want to, especially if it's too private. But if you feel highly connected to what I'm talking about right now, you can put a star, because Great Source is telling me red star. Put a like as a star, because for some weird reason, I don't know why it's a red star. Maybe you need a little more confidence in who you are, and that's part of your natural rhythm. Is when you get closer to the finish line, you actually start to doubt yourself. You know, it's a form of self-sabotage, right? Because I think there's part of us that's scared of our own inner greatness. Put that down in the comments too. Are you scared of your inner greatness? Are you scared? Because Great Source isn't. Great Source is so much in awe of your inner greatness. They think, oh, I love it when she shines so well. Look at that. That's my kid. She's shining like a star. You're shining like a star. And, you know, that does take time to get used to. It really does. I think the adjustment period is real. It's there because there's a form of grieving that we have to do for the old version of ourselves. Because sometimes when we have a new us, what has to go, right? Oh no, I have to let go of my old friends or my old habits. Like, you know, if part of the new you is you're smoking less or you're not smoking at all, you have to grieve that addiction. Or if you are moving to a new town, right? You have to say goodbye to the things that was known. And honor that in you. Honor that grieving process. Don't go in denial and ignore it. Just say, you know what? I honor and validate myself right now. I honor that this is really a tough time because I'm really feeling really sad that the people I love and care about won't be in arm's reach of me. Or I honor and validate that I'm feeling sad that I have to feel the full immensity of my power because I'm not so sure if I'm ready for my crown. They're bringing that up too, and they've actually been talking about a crown for a while. I wasn't sure what they were talking about. I thought it was like, this is nonsense. What's going on here? And they're like, they have a crown they're wearing, and it's feel like they think it should feel heavy, but it's kind of medium heavy. It's like not super heavy, but it's a little heavy, and a lot of it's just a discomfort currently going on. They're uncomfortable with the sensation of their power and the knowledge that's coming through, and the amount of energy and numbers. They're talking about numbers. I wanted to say ideas, but they're saying no, it's numbers. Like, numbers are coming in. So there's a possibility of something increasing. That you're not, I am not really sure what numbers is really supposed to mean. I don't want to assume money, because sometimes when we think numbers, we might think money, but it could be you're increasing in your power, you're increasing in fans, you're increasing in your health and your wealth. It could be increasing in your inner knowing. There's a lot of things that can increase, but I'm also still seeing the number 2 a lot. I see 2, 212, 333, 313. I see a lot of those numbers going on. A lot of 67, 77. I've been seeing a lot of numbers, like a lot of numbers that are about connecting to your guidance, your own inner guidance, your inner knowing, your intuition, and your creativity, and this knowing that divine source is right there with you, guiding you every little of the way. You're always talking about you're near the finish line. They're talking a lot right now. They're talking about having a balance, but also too, something like about letting go of like material needs, like this attachment to having a specific thing. And they're always talking about like no attachment, no expectation, no attachment to the outcome. And I remember thinking, well, what do you mean? Like, well, they need to rest in the knowing that we're here for them, that that they matter, that we're gonna make things right for them. What do you mean by that? Well, they're heavily attached to things happening in a certain way. They want things to just make sense magically, and we honor that in them. We validate that things feel scary right now. Things feel scary, but we want you to challenge yourself and taking a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Talking about it's time for you to be confident in who you are and to trust in the whisperings. Remember how I was talking about in the very beginning, whisperings? Because now we're tying all the knots, because I got to start wrapping up this. Follow where you're leaning towards. They're talking about lean to them for comfort, lean for them for support. Lean on them so you can do this great work of what you're about to do, or have been doing and should continue doing, because what they're telling me is that they've been telling you that you're on the right path all along, and you're doubting yourself, but it's time to stop the doubt. I know I'm repeating a little bit of what I'm saying, but a lot of this is so interconnected. Have you noticed that a lot of this is all in connection to who you are? And I know that's scary, guys. I do. I feel you. But I think it's time for us to trust the way. I remember that story I told you about divine source telling us things, our blind spot not being, like listening and following. Sometimes you have to see things through to get to our destination. So whatever you're doing, just keep going. Follow the path. Don't just say, I'm just going to just go this direction. No, divine source told you, take that route. Keep going. Keep going, because you are going to get there. You're going to be so fabulous by the end of the time you get there. Just trust what source is telling you. Take a deep breath. Have a little faith. It's going to be all right. And I believe in you. Love and light. Marry me. Blessed be. Amen to your good health. And that's the end of the channeled message, which is a guidance. It's not designed to be an activation. You're already on your highest timeline. Okay, guys? You already are. But you are responsible for the choices that you make, because you have this beautiful thing called free will. You can get to a higher timeline at any given point. You have to trust yourself that you're going to do it. This is not an activation. This is me giving you guidance. You can listen or not. to learn discernment to what is being said, to know what fits and resonates with you, because if it does not resonate, you gotta drop it. You have to trust yourself that you know what I'm saying is right or wrong for yourself. Love and light, merry meet, blessed be, amen, to your good health. And do a quick little thing before I go. I just want you to know, that no matter what, you are not alone. Source is right there with you. All right, for reals, love and light. Bye.